The witness who seemed to make the best impression on the jury was Adam. After earning tens of millions in 18 months' work for FTX, and then losing almost all of it when the company collapsed, Adam had come back from the tropical island of untold crypto riches to become a high school maths teacher. He had rejoined the real world. Gary, Caroline, and Nishad could not do the same. At least, not yet. They were too closely tied to the wreckage of FTX to simply return to civilian life. For all three, cooperation in the trial was the key to avoiding a prison sentence. They were now ready to condemn the implausible and reckless crypto financial dealings which, during the heady days of the crypto bubble 1 year earlier, each had seemed to think were perfectly fine. Their testimony might be enough to buy their freedom. The opportunity to live a normal life was the prize held out in front of them for turning on SBF. As his friends had fled the scene of the crime, SBF had remained on the island. He believed, and I think still believes, that if he'd been given a bit more time and flexibility in the lawless world of crypto, he could have made everything right again. The US government has tried hard to yank him back to reality. They plucked him from the Bahamas and placed him in jail. One night in December, he was photographed, raccoon-eyed in the glare of spotlights on the tarmac at Nassau Airport, as federal agents marched him to a jet bound for America. He wore handcuffs and a smooth white dress shirt with wide cuffs, like an old-fashioned mobster. But the government could not convince him to say that he was guilty of fraud, or that he was wrong about the reality of the crypto phenomenon. His position had become ever more isolated. He entered the courtroom as the sole bad guy of the drama. "They'd have you think he was quite the villain," said his defense lawyer, Mark Cohen. Or, more precisely, almost a cartoon of a villain. Could it be true that this unprepossessing, badly dressed young man was, alone, to blame for the $2 trillion implosion in cryptocurrencies that prosecutors were now, in a broad sense, trying to avenge? Of course not. SBF's rise had been supported and enabled by the vast global cryptocurrency industry, by Wall Street and Silicon Valley, and by a collective financial delusion on a historic scale. His trial looked at this vast canvas through the pinhole of one individual's guilt or innocence. In his journey to fame and fortune, whether by luck or calculation, SBF had tapped into powerful realities in 21st century capitalism. What you can promise is more important than what you can do. A good story is worth more than the truth. And if you want to separate people from their money, tell them that they can get rich by changing the world.